This video is important for a couple of reasons. First off, it's another winter driving video. It also covers a new long-term car, and it also gets into the $5,000 car discussion. On our podcast, we get so many requests for people wanting to buy a car for $5,000. And in general, what we say is don't, because a $5,000 car very often will cost you a couple $1,000s in the first couple of months, and at that point, it's not a $5,000 car anymore. After driving an FRS for 2 years, rain, shine, snow, blizzards, didn't matter. Drove it year-round with winter tires, with summer tires on the track, and thoroughly enjoyed myself. So in spite of the fact that I'm a big believer in winter tires, frankly, I just didn't want to subject the Lotus Elise I bought this summer to having to go through the nasty salt that Salt Lake is known for all winter long. So I went shopping with a budget of only $5,000 to find my new winter car. In that searching, I came across quite a few early-gen Mini Coopers, more than 10 in the Salt Lake area when I started looking. I wound up in this, a 2005 Mini Cooper S with 180,000 miles on it. One owner prior to me. He had put all of the miles on it from the day it was new, offering it for $5,000 with 2 sets of wheels and tires, a summer set and a winter set. That's everything I needed. I will say that once I met the owner and I saw his, frankly, spotless garage, did all the work himself, had a lift, that mileage at that point didn't scare me. I went, this car at $5,000 is a find. But of all the new Minis, if you will, all the BMW Minis, on reflection, this first gen is by far my favorite. I like the size the best. They've only gotten bigger in spite of the name. But Mini has their own feel. They have a niche. They are obsessed with circles. Everything is a circle-rounded shape. Of course, it all takes its inspiration from this center moon gauge, which I realize has history, but thank God that this center tack is here and very readable, and it has a digital gauge at the bottom for my speed, because that's what makes the car usable. Looking to the center isn't ergonomic. This is just here to frighten people. Honestly, it's just for your passenger to look over and go, you're not really going that fast, are you? Or in this car, they look over and go, that's not the actual mileage of this car, is it? I have had both. I love these Apollo program, old NASA style switches here. I know that's just space geeky, but I actually really like that. And when you have the manual transmission, they are directly in front of where your hand is on the gear shift. One of the other unique things about this Mini specifically is the prior owner didn't need the back seats. So he got an aftermarket rear seat delete kit. Behind me, there's nothing. I use this car like my pickup. I'm not kidding you. I can haul every bit as much stuff in this as I can in my wife's Cayenne, because behind these front seats, it's just space. Shopping at $5,000, I wasn't worried about the color. I'm not a guy that likes gray or silver cars. I've never liked those. Here I have a gray Mini Cooper. Didn't love that, but then I saw the dots on the side and I thought, all right, that at least makes it unique. I considered at first, should I take the dots off, but one of them is actually underneath the paint protection film, so it was gonna stay there anyway. Okay, I drive Spot the Mini, and he does well. By the way, I don't go around in life just calling him Spot. I'm sharing that with you because we're friends. Interestingly, with 180,000 miles, this car is only on its second clutch. The first clutch was replaced about 90,000 miles, so that's half of its life ago. I am kind of expecting this clutch to just give up at any time. However, it really runs great. I've had no slippage at all in the clutch since the day I bought it. The CVT that was offered in these early BMW Minis, well, it often grenaded itself right around 100,000 miles, so I've avoided that problem. This car weighs about the same as the FRS, about 2,700 pounds. Because it is the supercharged version, it is less horsepower than the FRS, but more torque. And because of that supercharger, besides the fact that it does give a fun whine, that just makes this a happy little car. It gives you really good power right in the middle of the tack. And let's be honest, when you're commuting, that's where you want power. One of the most interesting things is the difference in dynamics between front-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive in the snow. And I have to be honest with you, everybody that says rear-wheel drive in the snow is terrible, that's completely wrong. But then right behind that, they'll say, well, if you can't get all-wheel drive, you have to get front-wheel drive. While I understand the logic because, okay, the weight is over the drive wheels, I do get that. From a dynamics perspective, it's significantly worse than rear-wheel drive. You want to avoid understeer in a winter situation, a rear-wheel drive car will allow that. A front-wheel drive car just understeers. You have to wait on it to find its grip back. You give it too much power and it just plows right through everything that's going on. As soon as I know I'm driving in any kind of slick conditions, the traction control comes in so aggressively to stop whatever the throttle's doing, so I just turn it off. I'd much rather feel the understeer and kind of guide and ride the understeer and know that my throttle foot is directly connected to what the wheels are doing than have the traction control step in and now we have a conversation that normally ends up in an argument. We'll probably slide through this corner because, of course, understeer is our friend. Yep. Oh, I'm turning. There it is. There it is. Wait. There it is. Hey, there we go. Wait on it. There we go. See, with the traction control off, I can feel when the tires are kind of struggling for grip, and it changes the feel in the wheel. I can actually feel that through the steering. It kind of amazes me, the confidence you can get with a good set of winter tires. So I've got Bridgestone Blizzaks on this car on its winter wheels. I love those tires. The Blizzaks, the Nokian Hakkapeliitta, and the Michelin X Ice, those are the three tires we most often recommend as winter tires. There are others, but those are the three we're really big fans of. Whatever you would like to drive in the winter, I encourage you to drive that car. Don't feel like you have to get an all-wheel drive or have to get an SUV just because you're going to see snow. If you drive a car that you can connect with, that you don't feel kind of way at a distance, which I think that's what a lot of the big trucks do to people, is they insulate them and they think, I'm fine, and you can't tell what it's really doing. These little cars like this that have specific drive wheels, you can kind of have a relationship with it and understand exactly what it's doing, learn it, and then you're more connected to the dynamics of what it's doing. Of course, you could drive an all-wheel drive with winter tires and have even better grip than I do. I'm not denying that. This Mini, it's light and communicative and enjoyable to drive in the winter. I wish for that rear-wheel drive rotation, but okay. There's been an incident. Incident management is here. That's what those trucks say on the side. Incident management. How focused group does that name sound? What would let you know that we're handling a problem, but it isn't really scary? How about incident management? Let's go with that. Oh, wow, somebody, how did you do that? I mean, that, I don't mean to be tacky, but that almost took effort. You're on your roof. You're on your roof. I hope they're okay. Yuck, that's horrific. Be careful out there, everybody. Of course, I'm the idiot that's going to get off the main road and go on the side road and search for more snow, because I'm that guy.